I know who you are, but could you say who you are?
Yeah, okay. My name's Sheldon Wilkie, and I think my question refers to the 2008 financial crash. I think one of the problems people have, the anger amongst the general public, is that we are paying for the bankers' mistakes in the sense of there was a massive bailout by government, and I think that has annoyed the public no end, and that is why we've seen the rise of Corbyn. Everyone feels that we're paying for their mistakes, and they should carry the can, not the general public.
So I certainly agree with that. The bailouts are wrong, they're immoral, they're taking money from some to the others. But the real villains of the 2008 crisis are not bankers. The cause that made the 2008 happen have nothing to do with bankers. Bankers were just doing what they were incentivized to do by politicians. If you look at the core reasons for the financial crisis, and I've given a 6-hour course on this, so I'm not going to repeat it, but it's mistakes by the Federal Reserve and the English Central Bank and the European Central Bank. They kept interest rates below the rate of inflation for 2.5 years, thus creating an environment in which everybody wanted to borrow money. It's the fact that that money got funneled into housing because the U.S. government on a massive scale, unprecedented massive scale, was subsidizing housing and encourages us all to invest in housing. It was Freddie and Fannie, criminal organizations that were fraudulent and yet have been let, nobody's been prosecuted there. Nobody has any problem with their bailout. And the fact that the people who ran them into the ground did nothing. And indeed, the two congressmen most responsible for the financial crisis in my book are Christopher Dodd and what's his name? Bonnie Frank, right? And they get the bill that's going to fix it all named after them. So yes, the public is angry at bankers being bailed out, but what they should really be angry about is that our politicians have screwed up our economy so badly that the financial crisis happened. What they should really be mad about is Bernanke and Alan Greenspan, who mismanaged the central bank during that period, at least in the United States. That's what they should really be mad. And then, of course, they should really be mad at too big to fail. It's not that bankers went groveling before the Fed for too big to fail. Too big to fail was introduced by the Federal Reserve in 1984 when they bailed out Continental Illinois and basically declared to the world that we will not allow a big bank in the United States to fail. So are you surprised that bankers behaved in a way that suggests that they believed they would never fail? But instead of going to the root cause, we go to the superficial cause, which is bank bailouts. Yeah, we're all against bank bailouts, but that's not what's really going on. What's really going on is the regulatory environment, the Federal Reserve environment, and the politicians muddling in stuff they shouldn't be muddling in.